It's not about changing anyone. It's not about changing these men, but it's about understanding who they truly are and deciding whether or not who they are deserves access to who I am. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lady V. If you're new here, sis, hey girl, hey. I pray that I say something in today's video that blesses and encourages you on your singleness journey as you navigate it with style and grace. All right, y'all, I'm not going to be before you very long. Today's video is just going to be a little girl chat, and I am just going to share with you all some things that I have been doing to, improve my dating mindset, and just some tips that have been helping me to show up on the dating scene better. I believe that these things can help better your own dating experiences. So I hope that it's helpful. But yeah, let's get to today's video. All right, so let's get into it. And these are in no particular order, y'all. But the first one is I have reframed my mindset around dating. And what I mean by that is I used to be one of those people who would say, like, the dating pool has pee in it, the dating pool is trash, men are dogs, all of that. But, like, how can you say those things and actually believe in your heart and mind that good men do exist? It's like if we keep feeding this mentality that all men are bad, we will constantly look for the bad in even the best of men. And I didn't want to keep playing myself like that emotionally. And so I started to be more positive in how I spoke and currently speak about my dating life and my dating experiences. And this has been actually a very transformative process for me and for my dating life. It's about believing that good men do exist and that my person is out there and he will find me when the time is right. And I have to say that shifting my mindset in this way has been very positive for me because I see now that even the quality of men that I attract is different. So y'all never underestimate the power of shifting your mindset. All right, so the next thing I've been doing has been going outside more. Sis, you're not gonna meet your man in the house, and I am naturally a homebody, okay? Like, listen, I will get out, but I love being in the confines of my safe space in my home. And so you all know, if you've been following me for a while, that I started my solo date series this year. I'll be sure to link that somewhere on the screen if you need some solo date ideas. But yeah, I've been intentional about getting out of the house, going on more solo dates. And I really think solo dates has been a thing because not only is it empowering and enjoyable, but sis, the men will approach you when you by yourself. Like, not all men like to approach you when you're in a group with your friends, but when you by yourself, girl, sitting at the bar or wherever you are, the men will approach, okay? And so I think by just getting outside more, it's helped me to have more organic connections, which is what I like. Y'all know I'm off the dating apps. And so this, like, how else am I supposed to meet him? Like, Jesus not gonna drop him off on my doorstep. So you got to get outside, sis. Next, I'm learning to show up as me unapologetically. And what I mean by that is I used to shy away from communicating my standards and my boundaries when entering new dating experiences for fear of rejection and all the things that we experience on this dating journey. But now I'm way more comfortable in standing firm in my boundaries and my standards because I realize the sooner that we figure out whether or not we're compatible, the better off we'll both be, the less time that is wasted. So I actually have a story about doing this. I went on a date with a guy and he expressed to me how what he's looking for is a traditional woman. He doesn't want a woman that works. He wants a woman that stays home. And I just told him that wasn't me. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoy cleaning my house and doing all of those things. But I do have dreams and goals and passions of mine that I would want to continue to pursue, even if I'm not working like not for profits or this brand and stuff like that. And I would want a spouse that would support that. And so we realized on the first date that he and I were not compatible. And it was okay. It didn't make what he desired wrong. It didn't make what I desired wrong. It just meant we were not in alignment. And I think because we were both honest with each other, we enjoyed the first date. Like, we stayed there, we finished the date, and we're actually still amicable now. Like, nothing ended harshly. But I just think this goes to show you how honesty truly is the best policy. It's about being honest from the start so that you can more easily filter out the people who you are not in alignment with. All right, so next, I have been learning not to take rejection so personally. Y'all, rejection is inevitable and par for the course when you are single and dating. Like, it's just It's going to happen whether you are man or woman. So what I like to do is remind myself that that person's rejection of me, that man's rejection of me, has nothing to do with my self-worth. Instead, it just comes down to compatibility, and that's okay. Not every person I meet is going to be compatible for me, and I'm not going to be compatible for every man that I meet, and that's okay. Every no still brings me closer to the yes that I am desiring. And this mindset shift has helped me to maintain my self-esteem, has helped me to continue to be confident in my self-worth, and has helped me to remain positive on the dating scene. So sis, if you are dating and you are experiencing rejection in this season, please know that that man's rejection of you has nothing to do with your self-worth. You are not any less worthy, any less beautiful, any less desirable, any less deserving just because that particular man did not want to partner with you. And I hope that you always remember that. Plus, y'all, let's talk about it, okay? Because that rejection could really be God's protection or redirection for you, okay? He could be protecting you from something that you don't need to be in, or he could be redirecting you to something better. In any case, God is working it all out for your good, sis. He is carefully crafting your love story behind the scenes, okay? So yeah, don't take rejection so personally. It definitely gets better. And if you're dating right now and you're experiencing a lot of rejection and it's impacting your self-confidence, I would encourage you to think about taking a break, so that you can kind of build yourself up, because what you want to do is make sure that you're dating from a place of wholeness and completeness, and not from an insecure place, because when we're insecure we tend to make not so great decisions. Okay, all right, so the next thing I have been learning in this season has been to walk away when I am uninterested. I no longer stick around if I'm not interested in somebody. I no longer continue to take, like, I don't feel the need anymore to fill up my free time with someone I'm not actually interested in, just to say that I have somebody to talk to. And I think what really helped me to get to this place was learning to be content and whole and complete in my singleness, knowing that I am fully complete as I am right now, fully complete in Christ as a woman. Instead of me operating from a place of lack, of desperation, of thirstiness, of insecurity, I believe when you're operating from those places, you're desperately wanting a man, you're thirsty for a man, and all of those things, you tend to start to accept treatment that you would not accept if you were whole and confident in yourself. You really want to shift your mindset to know that you are still a queen, regardless if you have a king, that your identity is in Christ, not a title or a ring. Oh, I didn't even put that in my notes, y'all. That just came off the dome. Somebody give me a contract. At the end of the day, it's about freeing both me and that person so that we can find the people we are more compatible with. All right, so the next one is I've been learning to remove expectations, and this has honestly been a game changer. I am learning to allow men to show up as they are and adjust accordingly. Everyone puts their best foot forward initially in the beginning, and so now I just observe and adjust. It's not about changing anyone, it's not about changing these men, but it's about understanding who they truly are and deciding whether or not who they are deserves access to who I am. This way I can make better relationship decisions for my life. So yeah, now I just let these men show me who they are, and I believe them when they do. Okay, I'm not making excuses for them. Like, yeah, we paying attention to actions and not just words. Okay. All right, so the next one is I have stopped learning to try to convince a man to choose me. And this is something that I have to admit I had bad. Like, if I felt like a man was pulling away or whatever, I would try to go above and beyond to, like, hey, pick me, pick me. We are no more pick me shas, okay, in 2024. No, I'm not doing it. If you ghost me, if you pull back, that's on you. I'm not chasing you, okay? I'm not begging you to come back. I am going to reciprocate energy. Like, I am going to show that I'm interested. I am going to show you who I am and what value I have to offer. But if that is not reciprocated, your girl is not begging you, and I am not trying to convince you to choose me anymore. I just have learned that my energy is precious, and I am reserving it for someone who can reciprocate my energy and value me the same way that I value them. And if they do, they not gonna be you know, ignore me for days on end and then ghosting me and coming back. Like, what is that about? Okay, so voicing my concerns has been another crucial shift in my mindset. I think so often people are so quick to label things as red flags without actually taking the time to communicate that to the other person. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some blatant and obvious red flags out there. However, how can you expect somebody that you're getting to know to already know you, to know what makes you tick, to know what makes you sad, to know what you need? Like, you have to communicate that, right? It's about showing and telling and letting them show me how they will respond to what I am communicating to them. And y'all, this transparency not only fosters healthier interactions, but it improves the communication between you and that person, and it helps to avoid misunderstandings. So y'all, don't be afraid to tell that man or that woman, for the fellas that's watching, that if they did something that it bothered you. Be respectful, okay? I'm not saying go off on them, but you have to communicate these things as a person is getting to know you. And I know a lot of women who are so quick to just write a person off because they didn't know that woman, I don't know, wanted flowers or something. I'm like, well, did you tell him, sis, that you like flowers? Because if you didn't, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a red flag. I know that was an extreme example, but y'all get what I'm saying. All right, so another way I have been shifting my mindset has been resting in my softness, and it has been a beautiful thing. I told y'all in last week's video how I went on a date with that fine chocolate brother, and how he went to help me take off my jacket, and how because I hadn't been used to that kind of treatment, I was like a little guarded, and honestly that was embarrassing. And so now I'm just learning to rest more in my softness and let these men lead. And it's not about, like, I just want to clarify that resting in your softness doesn't mean that you as a woman are being minimized, or that you have to shy away from shining brightly as the diamond that you are, but it means just finding a balance between your strength and your femininity, okay? And resting in that. And so your girl is resting in softness all year long, okay? Take off my jacket, pull out my chair, open the door. Like, I am embracing it and I am enjoying it. All right, and so my final mindset shift tip, if you will, has been I've just been more private about my dating experiences. I have learned to not share my dating life so publicly on social media, and I even have stopped sharing so much with my friends. I'm just in a season where I really want to hear from God clearly, and I want to better discern who God has for me and what God is telling me. And I have found that in the past, when I would go and seek opinions from the people in my life, my friends, my family, that all of those different thoughts and opinions would create confusion in me, in my head, when I was really wanting clarity. And so now it's all about leaning in and hearing from God without the external noise. And this has helped me to just even enjoy my dating life more, and to make the decisions that I feel are best for me. All right, loves. Well, that is all that I have for this week's video. I pray that I said something that encourages you on your own singleness and dating journey. Y'all be sure to leave me a comment below. Let me know which one of these tips, strategies, you know, mindset adjustments resonated with you the most. And y'all make sure to come back for next week's video. I'll see you then. Bye.